Hello, my name is Jonathan Bethany. This is week 4, assignment 1 for FTT 104, and it's August 24th, 2025. And for this assignment, I'll be doing the detail strip of the Beretta 92FS, and to show there's no live ammunition on the table. So first off, we'll be clearing the firearm, remove the magazine, physically check, no ammunition, no magazine in, firearm is unsafe. The first part, we'll be doing just a field strip. So depress this button here, flip that down, slide comes off. I'll set the frame aside for right now. Remove the guide rod and recoil spring, set those aside. And remove the barrel from the slide. Just let the side aside for now. So take the barrel apart. This pin here has to come out. Now with the pin out, take this part out. That slides out and the barrel is disassembled. Next thing to disassemble would be take the safety out, take the firing pin out. And to do that, there are 2 pins on this side of the safety to take out. First, be taking this pin out here. Now with that pin out from underneath, now holding this here, take this punch out. This piece will come out, and then there's a spring. Take the safety off, take those 2 pins out, and be careful because there are some retentions in here with a couple pins and one on this side with a spring as well. So be careful not to lose those when taking it apart. So with those 2 pins taken out, I can now take apart the safety, taking one side out here. This side will come out, but in order to do so, you have to depress that right there to get that out. With the safety disassembled, I can now take out the firing pin. In order to take out the firing pin, this pin has to come out, which comes out from right there, from the bottom through to the top. Now with that pin taken out, I can take the extractor off, which holds in the firing pin. There's a spring here as well to pull out. Firing pin and spring, and this is a dirty firearm. I will be cleaning it before reassembly. Now with the top slide fully disassembled, we can move on to the frame, trigger assembly, and hammer. For the main frame, I'm going to start by taking the grips off and taking the slide release off. Or not slide release, but the slide, this thing off. I have the grips taken off and the takedown lever removed into its 3 parts here, the spring and the button and the flip down lever. Next is the slide stop and slide release. So pulling that away from the frame a little bit, rotating it down, come out, and then its spring out of the slot here. And we'll set those aside. Next thing to take apart will be the trigger bar here, and we'll have to remove this spring. There's a little groove here and a little groove here, and then a little elbow pin that goes down into this little slot in here. We'll be taking that out to get the trigger bar off. Now with the trigger bar removed, I can move on to taking the trigger spring and the trigger out with this pin over here. With the trigger out and trigger bar, I can move on to the sear, which has a spring right in this groove here. So to remove the sear, I have to take this pin out here. To keep a hold of the spring, I'm going to go ahead and make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Put a couple fingers in here to make sure that I don't lose it while I take that pin out. I'm going to leave the punch in the hole and slowly take the spring out as I take the punch out. Here with the pin removed and the sear spring from here, I can move on. And with the sear out now, I can take the hammer out. So first I'm going to take out the leadyard here, removing this pin and the spring inside, and then get to the hammer to take this pin out here, which is this right here. And with this piece removed out of the bottom and that spring, the pin came out of the hammer, and the hammer just slides out nice and easy. So next will be the mag release. So from the opposite side that you would normally push to release the magazine, push it, pop it right on out. And then these two little things, take those out, and two little separate pieces there. And there's your magazine release pieces. The next pieces to remove are these two here, and they're both in with this one pin. There is a head on this side, so it has to go from right to left. Then the last piece to remove is this one here, and that is just this pin right here.